Hello, welcome to episode 2 of my devlog series for this game. This was rough. This episode was very, very rough. I'm recording this at day 1 of the second episode's recording as I'm actually developing. This is at the end of the day after I decided that I don't want to do any more. So, what did I do? Well, first thing in the morning, I checked my analytics, and my video is doing great. But after that, I got quite a couple comments today. The first comment that I got wasn't even on YouTube; it was from Instagram, by a friend of mine whose YouTube account got banned. Anyway, he actually brought up a really good point that I mentioned, that you could kind of cheese the game by just running around and outrunning the zombies and regenerating and everything. But he gave me a great idea, which is something I had kind of thought of before, where you don't regenerate HP when you're running around. You only regenerate health when you're standing still, which I thought was kind of interesting because it's how Terraria does it, and I was thinking of doing regen how Terraria does, whereas I guess you still gain it, you still regenerate when you're moving, but it's a lot slower, and the moment you stop moving, your regen goes up exponentially, or like it goes up exponentially to a cap, which I don't have that. I just have it to where you regen when you're not moving. I decided I wanted to add that, and so that was a pretty easy fix. Next, which I think he actually messaged me before, but it was I didn't see it till much later. One of my friends texted me on Discord, and he sent me a totally not ominous message. And so we had a conversation. He mentioned that the game got much harder, and I think I definitely made it harder. At this point, there was one big secret that we'll find out much later that I completely did not know at this point. And so I was talking about how I think I made it harder, and I said I think I changed some stats, and I definitely ended up doing some of that. He didn't get to the boss, which is very sad. I think he was a very L gamer, and it's okay. I definitely trust the advice of someone with this in their Discord bio. And then he texted me later while I was not at my computer. He didn't realize that you could switch between weapons, so that made me think I definitely need to make a tutorial, but I didn't do that yet. Maybe I'll do that tomorrow. I probably won't do that tomorrow. So I got some pretty good feedback from him, and he also gave me my first piece of fan art. I think it's pretty tough. Another thing that I got from the comments, I didn't get this till much later in the day. One of my friends commented here on YouTube that I should add some melee weapons, which I think is a great idea. I definitely want to do that. I think I will maybe tomorrow, because I'm feeling much better about everything after I found out that terrible, horrible secret. So throughout the day, I was messing with stats for each thing, whether it be a health for the boss, speed, damage, all of the above. And one thing that I kept messing around with, though, was the upgrades. I thought that in the last update I had made the upgrades far too weak. I wanted to upgrade the upgrades and make them more powerful, because for some reason every time I played it, it was a lot harder than it used to be, and I just couldn't get through it. And so I kept changing them, and I felt a change, but it still felt difficult, and so I didn't know what was going on until at one point This is tough. This is very hard to even say. I need to calm down. At one point, I opened my shop UI code script, and I realized something. I never called the functions which apply the stat buffs, which means that whenever you bought an upgrade, nothing changed until the game saved and you died and you respawned. Then the upgrades applied. This is the reason that I have spent hours changing stats, changing graphs, changing equations.
Let's check out question 2C from the 2025 AP Calculus FRQ.
Because I made my game too hard. When the reason my game was too hard is because I would spend $300 on an upgrade and nothing would happen until I beat wave 10 or 5. I need to calm down. And so, at 12:30 at night, I realized this. And I fixed it. And still nothing happened. And then I realized I forgot to put the parentheses after everything. And then that's when I decided it was far too late for me to be coding. But all of that figuring out of the secret, before all of that, now that we have all the sob story aside, one thing that I implemented today that I do think was very cool, aside from the health, the regeneration pause when you're moving, I do think that was a good addition as well. One thing that I did implement was randomness. I thought everything was all far too static. I always knew how much money I was getting after a wave, and I thought that it was a bit boring that I knew exactly how many hits each zombie would take to go down. And so I decided I wanted to implement some variety. And so the zombies, all the enemies, the amount of money that they drop is slightly randomized now. The damage that each individual enemy does is now randomized a little bit. And the amount of damage that the player does is randomized with critical hits. I implemented a critical hit system that can be turned into an upgrade soon. I think I'll probably do that tomorrow. I made sure to leave room for a variable that closes the distance between, or it changes the percentage of the critical hit, like how often it is you can get a critical hit. And so I left room for you to buy an upgrade which increases your chances of getting a critical hit. But as it stands right now, it's just a 1% chance of getting a critical hit. I'll probably raise it, but the critical hit is 10 times how much damage you would have done, so it's basically an insta-kill, except on the boss, I guess. And I implemented that it's much harder to get with the submachine gun, because that would actually be insane. Like, every 100 hits you do 100. Like, I feel like it's a bit too much, because you can get that pretty easily, and that's basically an insta-kill. So I made it harder to do with that, but it's okay. And I think that was about everything that I added. That fun little surprise definitely put a damper on all of my updates. Oh, I made the repeaters stronger. Another comment from my friend on Discord was an unfavorable remark about the repeater. And I agreed with him. I almost never buy it. And so I decided I needed to buff it, because it's the first weapon in the game. It might as well be good, you know? Also, that would help with my problem with the game now being too difficult for me, which is awful because I used to be so good at this game. It's my game. I should be good at it. And so I buffed that weapon. Other than that, I think that's about it. And so at 12:30 at night, after having found my beautiful, lovely, terrible surprise, I decided it was time to say goodnight. Okay. Bro, what is this game? Why does this keep happening? Bro. What? Why does this keep happening? It's only when you save. It's only when you save. When you continue. Loud. Why does this happen? Does it just work now? Dude, that's so ominous. I actually like that a lot. Okay, it's possible. It is possible. And the music is fire. Okay. I didn't even mention when I was recording that I made new music. That is fire. Without extra gunpowder. Okay. The repeater might be overpowered. Oh, no. Oh, I didn't make any new music. I gotta go make new music. Okay. It's saved. I'm gonna go make some new music. Do not show again. I had an idea. What was the idea? 7-4. What if we go up? Alright, I like this. This is fire. Oh, I have to write drums for this. I'm turning my microphone off. These dogs are insane. And so, with a new theme song for the second part of the game in the books, day 2 was finished. Except for way too many dumb, stupid bug fixes that I had to do that were really boring. And then I uploaded the game. There's still some problems with it. I'm already working on a newer version, which might be up when this video comes out, because I am not going to record my screen for any more of this, because I'm already getting sick of editing this video. Go play my game. It's up now. Thank you, gang. I appreciate all of you watching to the very end. Let me know if you prefer this style of video, or if you prefer the first style where it was more talking and there was less actual developing. Okay, bye. Okay, I'm not even gonna edit this. So I made the tutorial. I made it before I uploaded version 3.1, but it was bugging me because I was playing on like a 720p Chromebook on the web, and all the text was completely off in no man's land. So I had to fix that, and then there were other bugs, random things that I had to fix. I still haven't made all the tutorials, and it doesn't work great on controller, but I think I fixed a couple bugs. People are saying the game's too hard. Let me know in the comments if I need to make it easier. Please play it so I have something to go off of. But yeah, version 3.2 should be out soon. I think it'll probably be out like when this video's done, or when this video's up. I'm just so sick of editing videos, and I just want to upload this. So I completely forgot to mention a lot of that in the video. So yep, go play the game. Let me know what you think. Thank you guys. You're the best. Alright, I just lowered some of the zombie amounts. Just because, oh wow, that's loud. Just because I think one of the main things that was very difficult was that there were so many at the start before you know how to reload and stuff. And I've had multiple comments about the reload speed when you walk, so I think I'll probably change that. I could do it right now, honestly. Okay, I can maybe make it a bit better, but okay, I'll up it a bit more, and then that's the last thing I do. So peace out, y'all.